Hello everyone. Welcome back to another YouTube video. And today I will be breaking down all of these pairs. Today is CPI day. It's Wednesday, the 12th of June. I don't really like trading during, especially leading up to the news because it is very choppy. As you can see, it's been very choppy. FOMC was last week on Friday, and we just saw lots of choppiness around here. The price has been stepping up. So if we look at the weekly time frame so far, I was anticipating potentially that if price could break 199, we could see price fall to the downside. Now, we can see we had an engulfing, but what the weekly actually did was reject this area right here. We had multiple rejections to the downside. And what we were actually rejecting was 199. It wasn't engulfing, but it was a weak engulfing due to this prominent wick to the downside, showing us that there was lack of selling pressure. Price closed above 199 and closed above 199 again, which seems like a very strong psychological level. Going to the daily time frame, we can see price tapped into 199 here, tapped into 199 here. We popped below and came back above waters, so there was a bit of an overlap, but we still rejected it. Look at this, price couldn't reject it multiple times. Now, this could have been an indication for buys. I did not take it. The reason I didn't is because of how choppy it looked. If you look on the like, this was very choppy to me, right? I know it looks clean now that it's done, but at the time, this was just very choppy, and I wasn't really interested in being involved in these market conditions, especially when it's a Monday and we had CPI news on Wednesday. So I didn't really want to be involved in the market just out my interest. But you could have taken a trade at 199 and seen this rejection and maybe gotten after this bullish variation pattern and taken price up to the highs. That was a potential entry you could have taken on Monday. However, as you can see, it's very choppy. These ain't easy market conditions to trade. So I am looking for what I'm looking for is firstly trying to understand the pattern that's happened. Right. We had a rejection. I caught buys up here into these highs. Um we saw price pull back into 199, break. We kept this low, then we made a little in resistance where lots of people start selling. I don't know why. I saw a lot of people saying that there's shorts on GJ down into 165. I don't why what's the reason? This is not a strong level. Um we're above 199, which is a strong support clearly. So what makes you think we're gonna fly to the downside? It doesn't make sense to me. I would understand if we were at a strong level around here or here or here. You could start thinking, you know what, this is a very repulsive area. I can look for sells to the downside. That makes more sense to me. But when it's just in the middle of no man's land and there's a mini intraday resistance being formed, I don't understand why you would look for sells. But yeah, we saw a break, we saw a retest of this resistance became a support. Now we've broken this resistance as well. Could we get a pullback potentially? But I wouldn't buy here simply because we're below such a strong impulsive resistance. So as of right now, we can see there's strong bullish momentum going into this resistance. What we can see is this bullish candle, right? Candles are not doesn't look like it's slowing down anytime soon. I mean, now, this is a very strong resistance, I can clearly see. But I can see on the weekly time frame, we've popped above the previous high. This high, we've taken it out. So if we continue to maintain above that high, and I can see the 4 hour time frame kind of reject this area of resistance, I am looking for buys. Now, if the 4 hour closes something like this, that's still a weak rejection. It's not a strong rejection. I'm going to scale down onto the 30-minute time frame and look for some sort of double top pattern and a strong bullish bearish engulfing. And I may look for sells down into TP1 and TP2 for a short intraday trade. So that's my verdict on GBP JPY. I'm not fully confident just based off the fact that um, the news is today, but I am edging towards bias. I'm not really a news trader. I did study economics, but I don't really trade these, so I'm more focused on the technical side. Going on to US 30, very interesting is the fact that we obviously I was seeing multiple rejections to the downside, similar to this PA, right? We saw 1 week, 2 week, 3 weeks shift in momentum. Similar here, we're seeing 1 wick, 2 wicks, third wick, can we see that shift in momentum? That's what I'm edging towards, simply because of these rejections into 38,400. Yeah, something like this. We can see we tapped into this area, we broke above and pushed up, tap, 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 tap. I can go on the daily time frame and adjust this a bit more clearly. Yeah, you can see, look, overlap, support, 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 resistance, overlap, um, popped below waters, came back above waters, tap, tap, pushed up, tapped again. Great. As long as we maintain above this area, I am looking for buys. So it's very clear and easy for me to understand. Um, I don't want to enter around here because our stops would need to be below that wick, which will kind of mitigate great risk to reward. I'm going to look for price. I've spotted this resistance area right here. I can see that this is a nice strong resistance. So for me, I would want to break, I would want to retest, and I would look for buys into this area, into our next area of support. Now, if price can break that area, I'm going to look for a break and a retest and a push up. The reason I've come to this verdict is because of these rejections to the downside, because of the shift in momentum. We can see that this could potentially be a higher low. We can see there's a strong shift in momentum and rejections to the downside, so maybe we can continue this pattern to the upside. Nas 100, yep, I was looking for a rejection of these highs and we literally got that and we have pushed up. So there's not much to say on that Nasdaq. Um, yeah, not much to say, to be fair. We have been rejecting and we broke these. We could have potentially gotten into the break of this mini high, which we rejected twice, 3 times actually, and we pushed up. So right now we are at highs. I don't really want to get into trades there unless we pop back into this area here. Maybe you can get on the retest, or maybe you can wait for that drop back down here. Gold, interesting fact. This daily candle here was the largest bearish candle in the last 16 years. Crazy, right? This daily candle was the largest bearish candle in the last 16 years. So do I want to trade against that candle? Absolutely not. Just off that fact, I'm not interested in that. What I'm looking for, very simple, is a retest into around through this price right there. I'm not trying to sound smart by reading that out, but yeah, I'm looking for a retest into there. Give me some 4-hour rejections, go down into the 30-minute time frame and look for a bearish variation pattern or a bearish engulfing. And my TP1 would be down here. TP2 would be into this wick high. The money left the market. Why would my TP be there? Money left the market. We left a prominent wick. We rejected and we broke above. So that seems like a very significant area. Why did price stop exactly there? I like the prominent wicks. They're very significant. So yeah, I'm looking for a break, a retest, and a push down. Really, there's nothing else I'm really looking for. The only way I'm gonna look for buys, the only way I'm gonna look for buys is, to be honest with you, if we maybe like come back up here, can look for buys up there. Could you look for buys there? Yes, but that bearish candle is very strong. I don't really want to be trading against that. So until we break that candle, break those highs and retest those highs, I will look for buys. Very conservative approach. But yeah, there's lots of momentum. You don't really want to be trading against that momentum. You can also see this little area here. Maybe if we get a rejection here, we can look for buys with our stops up there. It is CPI news, so I always lose when I take a CPI trade. I just get manipulated or I'm wrong, so I don't like doing it. So I'm just gonna wait and see what happens. Most likely I will miss the move because I'm not gonna trade today. And yeah, SPX is similar to Nasdaq, literally the same thing. So I'm not gonna go into that. And yeah, all right, perfect. Thank you very much. I hope this helped everyone, and please do like and subscribe if you got any value out of this video.